Welcome to Legion Builds Reloaded, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons again. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to not only everyone who subscribes to my channel, but watches and enjoys my videos. Thank you all so much. I really do mean that. Today is part 2 of one of my favorite characters and videos I've ever done, Scorpion. This Scorpion will actually be the MK11 and MK1 version, so human and no soul selling, just fire magic. Well, MK11 did sell his soul but got it back when he was reborn. For today's build, we'll be using the player's handbook. Like before, we'll be using standard point array to make things simple, and we're not multi-classing with this build. We'll start things off with dex set 15. You're a ninja, not a demon of vengeance. Act like it. Intelligence flies in with 14. Your magic comes with understanding the power of fire. I think. We don't know how your magic works yet. Sorry. Strength will come in at 13 with con at 12. You're in amazing shape. Enough said. Wisdom will be low with a 10, and we're dumping charisma. Neither are important for this build, so having them low means nothing. Scorpion is a human, a real human, not an undead one. Variant human grants a free feat and skill with your stat improvements. Place +1 to strength and dex. For your feat, Magic Initiative pulls 2 cantrips and a first level spell from any list of your choice, but you must use the spellcasting modifier from that list. We're going to be using Artificer, so it's intelligence. For your spells, Thorn Whip fires a harpoon out to 30 feet at a target and deals 1d6 piercing damage on a hit, then pulls the creature towards you by 10 feet if they are a size large or smaller. This is a melee spell attack, not a ranged spell attack, so you can still use it within 5 feet of the target. By the way, this is the spell I prefer to use for Scorpion's Harpoon, as it makes narrative sense, and this time I don't have to sacrifice anything to get it, so we're taking it. Create Bonfire creates a bonfire for 1 minute while you maintain the spell, and you can place it under someone's feet, forcing a dex save and causing 1d8 fire damage should they fail. Cure Wounds heals 1d8 plus intelligence. For your free skill, take Investigation. For background, we need the skills Stealth and Perception. Okay, let's do this. Last time you were a pseudo spellcaster with a little bit of melee combat. This time, you're just gonna be a melee combat fighter with some magic. Level 1 fighters begin with 2 skills, take Athletics and Acrobatics. Fighting style gives you a preferred choice of combat. Let's take Dueling. This adds +2 to damage when wielding a weapon in one hand and holding no other weapon. Second Wind lets you ignore damage by healing yourself with a bonus action by 1d10 plus your fighter level once per short or long rest. Level 2 fighters gain Action Surge. You can now grant yourself a free action once per short or long rest. Level 3 fighters receive their subclass. Eldritch Knight, found in the player's handbook, will grant you all the fire and teleportation spells you want. Weapon Bond allows you to bond with up to 2 weapons after 1 hour each, and now you can magically summon them with a bonus action. If you are not incapacitated, you can never be disarmed. Grab a short sword and whip to be reflavored into a ninja sword and chain weapon. Unless you have a cool homebrew chain weapon, because MK1 has a chain sickle. Spellcasting makes you a quarter caster. That's right, a quarter caster. You gain spells at a slower rate, can't have spells past 4th level, and can't have a casting focus. Sorry. You also can only choose spells from the Abjuration or Invocation schools, and these can only be from the Wizard list, which uses Intelligence, except for a total of 4 spells from any school. Starting off, you have 2 cantrips and 3 spells, with one of these being from any school. For your spells, Firebolt fires a blast out to 120 feet and deals 1d10 fire damage on a hit. Green Flame Blade ignites your weapon and lashes out at a second target, dealing your intelligence modifier in fire damage if they are within 5 feet. Shield adds +5 to your AC as a reaction and automatically stops Magic Missile. Burning Hands unleashes a 15-foot cone of fire, forcing a dex save and dealing 3d6 fire damage on a failure. Gift of Alacrity gives you a d8 to your initiative rolls for 8 hours. Level 4 fighters earn our first ability score improvement. Bump up intelligence for better spell attack and DC. For your new spell, Magic Missile fires 3 kunai that auto-hit their targets and deal 1d4 + 1 times the number of kunai. Level 5 fighters now have extra attack. You can attack twice with a single attack action. Your character level 5 now, Firebolt and Create Bonfire deal 2 damage dice each, and Green Flame Blade now does 1d8 extra fire damage to the first target and 1d8 plus intelligence to the second target. Level 6 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Place this into decks for better AC, stealth, attack, and damage. Level 7 Eldritch Knight fighters gain War Magic. You can now attack with a bonus action when you use your action to cast a cantrip. You also gain second level spells. For your new spells, Agonizar's Scorcher lets you breathe fire in a 30-foot line. Each creature in the line must make a dex save or take 3d8 fire damage. Level 8 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Let's grab a feat. Warcaster gives you advantage on con saves made to maintain spells. You can cast spells while you're holding weapons or shields, and when a hostile creature causes an attack of opportunity from you, you can use your reaction to cast a spell that targets that creature. For your new spell from any school, Misty Step is a 30-foot teleportation that you can take with a bonus action. Level 9 fighters receive Indomitable. You can now re-roll failed saving throws, including death saves, once per long rest. Level 10 Eldritch Knight fighters now have Eldritch Strike. Now when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, they will have disadvantage on the next saving throw caused by a spell you cast before the end of your next turn. For your new spells, Control Flame allows you to control non-magical fire that fits within a 5-foot cube for up to 1 hour. You can give the fire strength, put it out, increase light level, change color, or create simple shapes within. Scorching Ray fires 3 blasts out to 120 feet, dealing 2d6 fire damage to targets if they hit. Level 11 fighters gain extra attack times 2. You can now attack 3 times with a single attack action. For your new spell, take what you want. We're actually good till you hit 3rd level spells. By the way, your character level 11 now. Firebolt and Create Bonfire now do 3 damage dice each, and Green Flame Blade now does 2d8 extra fire damage to the first target and 2d8 plus intelligence to the second target. Level 12 fighters earn another ability score improvement. Place this into intelligence for more power to your spells. Level 13 fighters receive a second use of Indomitable. You also receive 3rd level spells. For your new spell, Fireball throws a fireball out to 150 feet and then explodes into a 20-foot radius sphere, forcing a dex save and dealing 8d6 fire damage on a failure. Level 14 fighters earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Dex. For your new spell from any school, Dragon's Breath lets you breathe fire in a 15-foot cone. Each creature in the cone must make a dex save or take 3d6 fire damage. This spell is a bonus action and can be maintained for 1 minute, meaning the turn you cast it and every turn after, you can use your action to breathe fire. Level 15 Eldritch Knight fighters gain Arcane Charge. Now when you use your action surge, you can teleport up to 30 feet before or after the additional action. Level 16 fighters earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Intelligence. For your new spell, take what you want. We're good until you hit the next level of spells. Level 17 fighters now have 2 uses of Action Surge and 3 uses of Indomitable. Your character level 17 now. Firebolt and Create Bonfire now do 4 damage dice each, and Green Flame Blade now does 3d8 extra fire damage to the first target and 3d8 plus intelligence to the second target. Level 18 Eldritch Knight fighters now have improved War Magic. Now when you cast a cantrip or a normal spell with your action, you can attack with a bonus action. Level 19 fighters earn our final ability score improvement, and let's grab another feat. Elemental Adept lets you ignore resistances to fire damage and consider fire damage rolls of 1, 2s instead. You also now have 4th level spells. For your new spell, Fire Shield ignites your body for 10 minutes and lets you have cold resistance and deal 2d8 fire damage to a creature within 5 feet that hits you, or you have fire resistance and it deals 2d8 cold damage to a creature within 5 feet that hits you. Second one doesn't make any sense for you. Go with a Warm Shield. Our final level is level 20 fighter, and you receive extra attack times 4. You can now attack 4 times with a single attack action. For your final spell from any school, Dimension Door is a 500-foot teleportation to anywhere that you can describe, visualize, or see. If you teleport into something, it fails and you take force damage. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 14, Dex 20, Con 12, Intelligence 20, Wisdom 10, Charisma 8. Let's dive in. You are a beast in combat. When using your ninja sword that can never be taken from you, your attacks are dealing 1d6 plus 7, can attack up to 4 times to 8 times in a single round. Each creature you hit with your weapon now has disadvantage on a saving throw you force them to take. Speaking of saving throws, you cause a lot of them. Even without your spell DC, you're still able to target multiple creatures with spells. You can even light your sword on fire and deal 1d6 plus 7 plus 3d8 fire damage with a single hit. And because of your war magic, you can then attack again with a bonus action. You can even pull a target closer to you with Thorn Whip and then attack them with your bonus action. Your teleportation's pretty good with 2 30-foot teleports and then a long-range 500-foot teleport. Downside: your whole kit is fire-based with the exception of Thorn Whip, so while Elemental Adept will help with resistances, it can't stop immunities. You also require your spell slots to deal magical damage, which you only have 11 of those. Thankfully, you'll get a magic weapon at some point, and Thorn Whip is a cantrip that can be used in melee. Finally, your Wisdom save and Charisma save aren't good, which is generally the stats used to paralyze and control people, so you'll be needing your rerolls. Out of the 2 builds, I prefer the Eldritch Knight over the Fiend Lock, even though for power and versatility, the Fiend Lock is way better. But I don't build to optimize, I build for fun and creativity, and this video shows that. 1 character, 2 builds, and both fit the bill. As I said in the original video, I actually built 6 Scorpions, but these are 2 of my favorites. So have fun with your games, and most importantly, don't fail an insight check, or else you'll be creating several more problems that you'll just have to fix later on until the timeline is completely erased. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character. And remember, character requests are always open.